everybody. Don't Cliche here. Welcome to another episode of Don't Want to See Movie Reviews. Do you know who Alvin Straight was? Alvin Straight was an old man who was born on October 17th, 1920 in Scobie, Montana. In 1994, he rode a 1966 John Deere riding lawnmower from Lawrence, Iowa to Blue River, Wisconsin to visit his brother. In the late 1990s, Disney would make a film about this, and it's what I'm reviewing this week. Released on October 15th, 1999, the movie is The Straight Story. The film begins with a woman named Dorothy, played by Jane Galloway Heights, lying in the sun, and in the house next door we hear somebody falling down. Meanwhile, a man named Bud, played by Joseph Carpenter, is at the bar waiting for Alvin Straight since he's late for a meeting. He goes over to the Straight's house and finds Alvin, played by the late Richard Farnsworth, lying on the floor.
What the hell is going on here? What the golder the hell are you doing laying on the floor? You nuts? Supposed to be down at Dave Mar 1 hour ago.
What's going on? Oh my God! Alvin!
Hey, Dorothy.
Oh my God! What's the number for 911?
Put the phone down, Dorothy.
What the hell are you doing?
What? Oh,
I'm going to have to call the bar and tell them we're not coming.
Bud Heimstra, are you crazy? We have a stricken man here.
Are you stricken, Alvin?
Dorothy, put the phone down.
Alvin's daughter Rose, played by Sissy Spacek, comes home and sees her father on the floor, so Bud takes them to the doctor.
I'm going over to Dave Mar's and I'll be right back.
Okay, Bud.
I'm not going.
Dad,
I'm not going.
you promised me, Dad.
Dr. Gibbons, played by Dan Flannery, suggests things to Alvin like using a walker.
No walker.
Fine, a second cane then. Now you say you're having trouble seeing. That could be a diabetes-related problem. I would like to run a few tests.
No tests, and I'm not paying for no x-rays.
Well, I see and hear that you smoke. My guess is you're in the early stages of emphysema. And Alvin, you have circulation problems, and I'm worried about your diet. If you don't make some changes quickly, there will be some serious consequences.
Later at home, Rose shows Alvin a birdhouse she just finished building, and it has a red roof.
Another pretty one, Rose.
I want to paint the initials blue.
That's a good idea.
She then asks him what the doctor said.
He said I was going to live to be 100.
Alvin then tries to mow the lawn, but his old lawnmower is not working, so he tries to fix it.
We won't be mowing today. Storm's coming in.
Yep.
That night, the phone rings, and it's somebody named Bobby who tells Rose some bad news about her uncle, Alvin's brother Lyle, and she tells her father.
That was Bobby. Uncle Lyle, I had a stroke. Dad.
Sometime later, Alvin tells Rose that he's going to Wisconsin to see Lyle.
But Dad, how are you?
Well, I haven't quite got that figured yet.
The next day, Rose tries to talk him out of it and reminds him of his conditions.
Your hips are bad. You can hardly stand for 2 minutes. And when you do stand up, this is the sound you make when you stand.
So Rose buys her father a bunch of Bronzewagger for his trip. Alvin then gets ready to drive his lawnmower to Wisconsin and uses it to haul a trailer.
Oh, geez, Dad.
The next day, Alvin starts his journey to Wisconsin. After going a little ways, a truck passes him, blows his hat off, and so he stops to get it back. Then when he returns to his lawnmower, it won't start up again, so he gets a ride into town on a coach bus.
My Edward loved his riding mower.
Then somebody gives him a ride home in their Ford truck. At home, Alvin shoots the lawnmower with a gun and buys a new used one at a John Deere dealer.
What year?
66. Has a Kohler engine. We've used it for parts, but I always order and replace them when they arrive. The guts are good. It's got the old transmission. Nothing fancy.
Is it a good machine?
It's a good machine.
Well, Tom, I got $325. That's a fact.
Well, that sounds good to me, Alvin. Let's go and settle up with Alice.
One more thing. Sometime you can find out a little about these 30-year-old machines if you know who run them. Do you know who owned it?
You bet I do. Me.
All right.
After that, Alvin now officially starts his journey. Along his journey, he runs into a female hitchhiker named Crystal, played by Anastasia Webb. That night, she joins him at his fire. He lets him have one of his wieners, and she asks him some questions.
So, how long you been out on the road?
Well, I've been traveling most of my life.
Where are you from?
Lawrence?
Got a wife back there? Kids?
My wife Frances delivered 14 babies. 7 of them made it. My daughter Rose lives with me. Frances died in '81.
Alvin then asks her where her family is and realizes that she's running away.
How far along are you?
5 months.
He then explains that he's going to see his brother Lyle.
I said I'm going to see my brother Lyle in Mount Zion,
Where's that?
Wisconsin,
Oh,
just across the state line.
Cheddarheads.
Aren't those the dumbest things you ever seen somebody stick on their head?
I hear that's a real party place, Wisconsin. Guess I'll never get to find out.
Crystal tells Alvin that her family will be pissed at her for running away since she didn't tell them, and Alvin tells her about his daughter Rose.
My daughter Rose is, some people call her a little bit slow, but she's not. She's got a mind like a bear trap for facts. She keeps everything organized around the house. She was a real good mom. She had 4 kids. One night, somebody else was watching the kids and there was a fire. Her second boy got burned real bad. Rose had nothing to do with it, but on account of the way Rose is, the state figured she wasn't competent to take care of them kids, and they took them all away from her. There isn't a day goes by that she don't pine for them kids.
Alvin then tells her about something he taught his kids.
When my kids were real little, I used to play a game with them. I'd give each one of them a stick, and one for each one of them. And I'd say, you break that. Of course they could, real easy. Then I'd say, tie them sticks in a bundle, and try to break that. Of course they couldn't. Then I'd say, that bundle, that's family.
The next morning, Alvin sees that Crystal left him a bunch of sticks tied up and continues his journey. Later, a storm is coming, but luckily he finds some shelter. After the rain, he continues his journey. After a while, a huge group of bikers ride past him. So he follows them to their camp and talks to them about being old.
Must be something good about getting old.
Well, I can't imagine anything good about being blind and lame at the same time, but still at my age, I've seen about all that life has to dish out. I know to separate the wheat from the chaff and let the small stuff fall away.
That's cool, man. So, what's the worst part about being old, Alvin?
Well, the worst part of being old is remembering when you was young.
Later, Alvin's back on the road, and he sees a woman who accidentally hits a deer with her car, which makes her upset.
Can I help you, lady?
No, you can't help me. No one can help me. I've tried driving with my lights on. I've tried sounding my horn. I scream out the window. I roll the window down and bang on the side of the door and play Public Enemy real loud. I have prayed to St. Francis of Assisi, St. Christopher too. What the heck? I've tried everything a person could do, and still every week I you at least one deer. I have hit 13 deer in 7 weeks driving down this road, mister. And I have to drive down this road every day, 40 miles back and forth to work. I have to drive to work and I have to drive home.
Since Alvin's running low on food, he cooks the deer, eats it, and has placed the antlers on the front of his trailer. Later, he arrives in the town, his lawnmower brakes stop working, and he goes down a hill fast.
Is that a lawnmower?
After he manages to stop the lawnmower, he meets a man named Danny Reardon, played by James Cata, who worked for John Deere for 3 decades and helps him out.
Well, Alvin, let's get you and this rig off the road and see what the damage is.
Danny takes a look at Alvin's lawnmower, sees that the belt's busted, and Alvin tells him and some other people about where he's going.
Mount Zion?
Mount Zion, Wisconsin, past Prairie du Chien?
That's 60 more miles of hills. That's across the Mississippi. What's in Mount Zion, Alvin?
My brother lives there.
Why didn't you just take your car?
I don't have a driver's license.
Well, couldn't he come visit you?
He's had a bad stroke.
Where are you coming from?
Back a piece.
West Union? Hawkeye?
Nope.
Well, not New Hampton. You haven't come that far.
You've come a long ways, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. Lawrence, Iowa.
Lorenz?
That's west of the grotto. How long have you been on the road?
What's the date?
October 8th.
5 weeks. I left Lawrence on the 5th of September.
You've been bunking in that?
That's my rolling home.
Where you been setting up camp?
In the fields. I pull off. I don't travel at night.
Alvin spends the night in that town. The next day, he's running low on money, so he borrows a phone from Danny, calls Rose, and has her send him his Social Security check.
Okay, Dad. Okay, Dad. Okay, I have a pencil, Dad.
Alvin returns the phone and leaves some money to pay for the call. Danny then talks to Alvin and mentions that the Olsen brothers are charging him $250 to fix his lawnmower.
Well, that's twice what it ought to be. I guess it's 'cause they're twins, huh?
You know, I'd be happy to drive you the rest of the way to Mount Zion. Be a nice Sunday drive for me and Darla. Oh, we enjoy crossing the river, especially now with the trees in color.
Well, I appreciate that, but I want to finish this one my own way.
Later, an old war veteran takes Alvin to a bar for a drink where Alvin talks to him about being haunted by the memory of accidentally killing one of his comrades.
He was a Polish boy from Milwaukee. He'd always take recon, and he was darn good at it. We went by his word, and he saved our skin many a time. He was a little fella. We'd broken out of the hedgerows. We were making a run across the open, and we come upon the woods. We started drawing fire. I took my usual position, and I saw something moving real slow like. I waited 10 minutes, it moved again, and I shot. The movement stopped. The next day we found Cott, headshot. He'd been working his way back toward our lines. Everyone in the unit thought a German sniper had taken it. Everyone, all these years, everyone but me.
Later, Alvin's lawnmower is fixed, and Harold and Thorvald Olson, played by Kevin and John P. Farley respectively, charge him $247.80 for it. But he manages to get them to lower the price down to $180. He accepts it and tells them about his journey.
I've drove it all the way across Iowa, and I'm hoping it holds on until I get to Wisconsin. My brother lives there. I haven't seen him in 10 years. There's no one knows your life better than a brother that's near your age. He knows who you are and what you are better than anyone on earth. My brother and I said some unforgivable things the last time we met, but I'm trying to put that behind me. And this trip is a hard swallow of my pride. I just hope I'm not too late.
Soon, Alvin's back on the road. That night, he camps out in a cemetery, and a priest, played by John Lorden, talks to him and says that he knows about Lyle's stroke, but mentioned that he didn't say anything about having a brother.
Well, neither one of us has had a brother for quite some time. So you saw him? Is he all right?
I only saw him that once. I haven't heard anything more.
The next day on the road, Alvin stops at a gas station, has a Miller Lite beer, and asks the bartender where Lyle's place is.
Well, you just cross 61 here on W. Take W on down to Weed Road and then on to Remington Road. On your right would be Lyle's place. If he's there, that is.
Later, when he's only a few miles away from Lyle's house, his lawnmower stops working. Then, after waiting for a little while, a man on a tractor comes by, tells him to try starting the engine again, and it works. He then follows the man to Lyle's house.
Lyle? Lyle?
Lyle, played by the late Harry Dean Stanton, then comes out, and he and Alvin are happy to see each other.
Did you ride that thing all the way out here to see me?
I did, Lyle.
And that was the straight story. My thoughts? It's pretty good. In the end, I give the film a rating of 3.5 stars out of 5. Well, that's it for the straight story. Be sure to join next week when I'll be reviewing the Disney film about the owner of some toys, which are also his imaginary friends, and the owner is all grown up. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to tell your friends about me. Leave the questions in the comments below. Subscribe, hit the like button, check out my Mercari account, links in the description below, and tell me how I can improve my videos.
Oh, geez. I love a party.
Oh, me too.
So, where's it at?
Where's what at?
Your party.
I'm not having a party. I thought you were having a party.
I am?
Well, yeah. Look at all that Braun swagger.